name is Alicia Hurt, your servant leader. I am here to talk to first-time homebuyers today. Those that are interested, you're dreaming, you're trying to figure out, where do I go from here? And so we're going to talk about the importance of credit tonight for first-time home buyers. Whether you're dreaming of your first home or you have already been on this journey and you're like, all right, Alicia, I'm about to buy another house. I'm downsizing. I'm upsizing. We are relocating and I just need some information. Well, tune in. So we have to understand how credit impacts your home buying experience because it is definitely crucial. So we want to break down what is credit, okay? So credit is an essential financial trustworthiness, right? That is what you're proving. You're essentially saying, hey, I am financially trustworthy. So it includes your credit history and your credit score, which ranges from 300 to 850. A lot of people think it's just 800, but actually 850 is the highest, right? The higher your score, the better your credit. Your credit score is influenced by several factors, such as payment history, amounts owed, and the length of credit history. So new credit and the types of credit used. So if you have newer credit, if you have older credit, that is lower. And there's some numbers to play around with. I am not the credit expert by no means. I don't do credit, consolidation, helping you to get your credit fixed and all that good stuff. That's not my lane. I tend to lean towards my lender partners or an expert that does that. And I have a few of them that I utilize that should probably be watching this now. So if you want like more intricate details on your specific situation and tips on how to make your score higher, you're like, oh, I'm good. I'm sitting at a 700. Well, you can get to an 850, and that can help you as far as your rates are concerned, right? So let me help you understand why credit is important when buying a home. So lenders use credit scores to determine your ability to repay your mortgage. You may say, Alicia, my score is low, but I got a whole lot of money in the bank. I can drop 30,000, 40,000 a day. Well, that's good, but you still need to meet the credit requirements. So the higher the credit score can lead to better interest rates, saving you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. So here's an example for you. With a good credit score, and I'm saying good because it all depends on the lender. It all depends on the program. Remember last week we talked about different home buying programs, USDA, VA, FHA, conventional. So it really just depends. So we're just going to say good credit score, right? So if you have a good credit score, right, you could secure a 4% interest rate. Whereas if you have a lower credit score, we're not going to put a number to it, just a lower credit score, you might only get a 5% rate. Over a 30-year period, that 1% difference can significantly change your loan. And I feel like one of my kids is trying to get in. Lord, please help me. Let me get through this, okay? The people need the information, Lord. They need the information. All right. So let me talk through improving your credit scores, right? So it may be daunting. You may be like, I don't know what to do, but it is possible if you use some strategic steps. So you want to check your credit score, obtain your free credit score. You can go to the bureaus directly, or you can go to freeannualcreditreport.com and you don't have to pay. So the three major bureaus are Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You get a free copy every year, or if you have been denied credit, you can get a copy of your credit report. You want to pay your bills on time. Consistently paying your bills on time is the most significant factor in boosting your credit score. You want to reduce your debt, so you want to aim to keep your credit card balances low, relatively lower than your limits. So an example of that would be if you have a $100 credit limit, you want to keep your balance to $30, right? Keep your balance to $30. That's pretty good. And again, different experts, different lenders may say something different. If they look at your whole credit picture, they may say, nope, pay that $100 credit card off and just be done with it. Or they may say, pay everything but $10. It just really depends on your lender that you're speaking to in order to qualify for the mortgage vehicle that you are looking for, right? You want to limit the number of new credit accounts you open, right? Because multiple inquiries will lower your credit score. You want to keep old accounts open. So you may say, oh, I don't use this Macy's card. Hopefully I'm not dating myself. No, I'm not using, this Visa card, or the kids are older now. I'm not going to use that Children's Place credit card. The older accounts look good because it shows positively on your credit, and it is a positive impact. So you want to keep the accounts open, even if you no longer use them. Right? And pertaining to the new accounts, if you are looking to purchase a home, I would say do not go out and buy no car. Don't go out there and take no lines of credit unless you talk to your lender. Talk to your lender, let them know what you're trying to do, and they will advise you accordingly. Again, I am not a lender and I am not a credit specialist. I am a realtor just sharing public information. So, preparing for a mortgage application. Once your credit is in good shape, and when we say good shape, you need to talk to your lender and they will tell you what that means, good shape. Or if you're working with a credit counselor, they will tell you when you are ready to shop, so to speak. So what they'll do is they'll have you gather your financial documents. They'll ask you to get pre-approved. So the pre-approval means, hey, you've given me this information, I've ran your credit, and at this time, we can pre-approve you for said amounts. And then you start shopping. That's where I kick in. I love to shop, y'all. We start shopping for your home. You also want to shop around for rates. If you're dealing with a particular bank, then you may want to go to another bank or to a credit union. I like dealing with lender brokers because they can shop your loan and your rate, meaning they have multiple banks that they deal with. And so it's not just one bank. But if you're dealing with one bank, then you would want to shop around to other banks. And you compare mortgage rates and terms from different lenders to find the best deal. You want to budget wisely because you don't want to be house poor. Just because lender A says I can get you $500,000 and here's your payment doesn't mean that you need a house for $500,000. So you want to budget wisely. You also want to take into consideration if you have enough for the down payment, the closing costs, and other expenses like moving and home maintenance. All right, so buying your home, again, is a monumental life milestone. It really is. It's probably the biggest investment purchase that you'll make in your lifetime. Some may do it once, and they're like, I'm done. Some may do it 2, 3, and 4 times or more, but it's the largest investment, unless you're buying a plane or something, okay? So you want to understand the importance of credit and how to make the process smoother and more affordable. I've said it before, you have a team. So when you talk to myself, your realtor, I'll put you in front of, if you need your credit specialist, put you in front of the credit specialist. If you need a lender and you're like, oh, I got the score, put you in front of the lender. Put you in front of the title company. Put you in front of everyone that you need in order to successfully purchase your home. Right? So I want you guys to really take into consideration your credit, take into consideration knowing your credit score, making sure that your limits are lower, not your limits, your usage. So I use the example of the $100 credit card limit, making sure that limit is around $30 all the way down to $10. You don't want it to be zero unless you're advised by your lender to go ahead and pay that off, because if you pay it off without being advised by a lender, it can have an adverse effect, meaning it can actually lower your score. And I know you're like, oh my God, Alicia, what do you mean if I pay it off, it'll lower my score? This credit card situation is a situation. So you have to get sound advice or you will be frustrated. You will be frustrated. So let's talk through some common questions that people have about credit. Some common questions, okay? So let's go. Y'all ready? So we talked about what a credit score is. So if you know what it is, put it in the chat, right? It's basically proving that you are trustworthy. You are financially trustworthy. Other people, another question other people may ask is, how is credit scores calculated? This is public information now. And I'm gonna tell y'all, it's public information. I ain't make this up. I am just from research. It says the pie chart showing the factors is payment history is 35%. So roughly. That's timely payments on loans, credit cards. Amount owed is 30%. The total amount of debt that you owe. Now, the length of credit history is roughly 15%. How long you've had your credit accounts. And then new credit. That's about 10% of your score that's factored in. And it talks about recent credit inquiries and new accounts. And then another 10% is types of credits used. So it's a mix of your credit cards, your retail accounts, your installment loans, etc. Okay. Now, again, why is credit important? It's crucial because it affects your ability to get loans, credit cards, mortgages, and your interest rate. Whether your interest rate is lower or higher is based on that credit score as well. Again, how can you check your credit score? You can go to the 3 credit bureaus. So can someone tell me those 3 credit bureaus? All right. It's Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And once a year, you can go to annualcreditreport.com. I think earlier I said like free annual credit report. It's annualcreditreport.com. And you'll know that it's free because it won't ask you for no money, right? But it's annualcreditreport.com, or you can go to the 3 bureaus. And then even on the 3 bureaus, they have free options and paid options. You only need the free option. You do not have to pay for anything in addition to that. Hello, sir. Please close the door. Please close the door. Oh my goodness. He said no. Y'all, that's his favorite word. All right, so that means I don't have a lot of time. So let me skip down. I want to share with you all again how to rebuild credit. So we have credit specialists that we work with. I have about 3 or 4 that I refer my clients to that are really, really good. And you can also do it yourself. You can do it yourself. I have lenders also that will give you tips and best practices based on their expertise. They also have in-house credit counselors. So it just really depends on your situation, the route that I would advise you to take. Now, you asked if checking your credit score, if that would hurt. So if you have someone pull your credit as a hard pull, which they will have to do to give you your pre-approval, yes, that would somewhat change your score, right? If you go to these websites for Experian, Equifax, or TransUnion, or annualcreditreport.com, that will not harm your credit. But any hard pull, and that's the question you need to ask, are you doing a hard pull or a soft pull? And that will help you understand if it will ding your credit, if it will show up as a inquiry, whether they do a hard pull or a soft pull. Good credit. You're like, well, what is the good credit? So let me just tell you the range. Okay. Again, this is not Alicia. This is information that I have found. And it's on point. It's generally this. So poor credit is 300 to 579. Fair credit is 580 to 669. That's the area that you could buy, but your rates may be a little higher. Good credit is 670 to 739. Very good is 740 to 799. And excellent, that 800 club is 800 to 850. A lot of people want to know, well, can I get a mortgage with bad credit? It is possible to get a mortgage with bad credit, but it will be more challenging and may come with a higher interest rate. In this circumstance, I would say, hey, you're going to marry this house because the whole objective is to get into this house, but you're going to date the rate, meaning it's temporary. I want you to get into this house and I want you to pay your mortgage on time. Pay your mortgage on time for 6 months, at least 6 months. Pay it on time. Now, I want you to pay it on time forever, but listen, 6 months. And then we can refinance. And as long as the rates are lower, you can refinance into that lower rate. And if you paying it on time, it would also improve your credit score, right? So that will help you. All right. Now, one thing I do want to share with you that my mentor shared with me, like literally today. If you go to the Chase website, and I'm going to pull it up for you and share. This is a free tool. I am not being paid by Chase to share this information. So let me share my screen. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? All right. So this is the website. So you all want to go to chase.com, and they have a tool that is free. So this is the giveaway today. And it is called the Chase Credit Card Journey. It's free, no strings attached. It will pull your credit for you, soft pull, so it won't be a hard pull. And it walks you through your journey, and it gives you tips on how to improve your credit score. It tells you exactly what you need to do. I'm sure there are other products out there, but this one, I was like, oh, I like this, and it's easy to navigate. So for a first-time home buyer, if you're hovering around the poor or the okay, credit score, the fair score, and you want to bring those numbers up, utilize this tool. Tell a friend. Chase.com, the Chase Credit Journey tool. It is free of charge, and it will help you to navigate. If you feel like, you know what, this is a little too overwhelming, Alicia, thank you for the tools, sis, but I need somebody to do this thing for me because the way my life's set up, that's fine. I have some people that are ready, that are taking new clients, and they can support you. If you feel like, hey, Alicia, I think my score is good, then we can skip to that part of finding someone to help you with your credit directly to the lender, like in Monopoly. Go straight, pass go, right? And we can get you set up for your pre-approval. So I hope that this information was useful this evening. You guys, thank you for bearing with me with my technical difficulties.